Hello, hello, magical, mystical, beautiful, amazing beings. Alora Mystique. And I know it's been a quick little minute, but I'm coming with you, to you, I should say, with a quick, and this one should be quick because I don't have a lot to say. But there is this portal that's open and opening, and I wanted to just drop a nugget or two about that. So, first things first, it is, well, by the time this posted, will be 5/5 2021, which is actually a 555 day. And so, of course, we have Cinco de Mayo or 5/5 every year, but we're also having this during a fifth year. And so there is definitely this energy vibration that's circulating around that's carrying that 555 energy. We've been in a whole cycle five this year, right? And it's definitely coming off of 2020, which was all about clear vision, about the shifting from just kind of that blind faith era into a trusting, a intuition, a knowing era, an ascension and change and transformation and freedom as we go into the five era, which is really what that symbolizes. A big part of that is transformation and freedom, and even like adventure, new beginnings, new things, the unknown that also comes affiliated with that. Because when there is this rebirthing and shift that is happening, there is this known but unknown period to that too, which when you're kind of riding the wave of alignment, it is not anything to be fearful of or anxious about, right? It actually is about going with the vibration frequency and where things are. So just with that in itself, we know that that's kind of what's been going on with the year of five. And I'm not a numerologist, okay? I follow numbers enough with the basics and things like that. And sometimes I see certain numbers as well and I sit with it. But we know overall numerology kind of sticks with like 0 through 9, right? And so five is also that midpoint of a cycle. It sits right in that middle space, which also has to do almost with like the fork in the road, making your decisions, making your choices, where are you going to go, being able to look at the lessons and the experiences of things that you've had previously and apply that knowledge, that wisdom, those lessons to your present and to while you're scripting and creating for your future. And so if you think about all that with the five being in that midpoint cycle, what it represents with freedom and transformation, and just where we are then with this 555, which of course anytime you have that triple sequence, right, always represents kind of that holy trinity, that completion energy, that death, life, rebirth energy. And it's definitely a magnifier. And so all that is present on this amazing day of 555. So also, I did post an article on the Realm of the Mystic Facebook page that was actually from, I think it was Forever Conscious, that talked a little bit as well about where we are kind of number wise. And so, and how the cycle that we currently are in really began, according to them, around 2017, which represented a number 1 year in numerology, right? And so if you even reflect back, and I'm bringing that up because going for where we are now, we've been at that midpoint. One of their suggestions, which actually was something that had came up for me when I was sitting, was just reflecting back on this cycle of life, and it kind of took me around to that same time frame of and accumulating what has transpired from that period up until present. And because if you're thinking about the cycle that we're in, and so that is a great tip and thing to do as well. Just some quick little tools. Of course, we have the five elements that we are familiar with, right? Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. So anything you want to incorporate with those elements or all the elements on that day would be great. The five-pointed star is an amazing sacred geometry or shape to work with as well, to kind of pull in and just utilizing those numbers, period. Five is a very creative number. And so this is all about really just being present and just really allowing things to flow. It definitely represents change, significant, transformative change. which can, I know, be scary in a lot of ways. And we've been going through so much since 2020 with the pandemic and everything. And so while many thought 2021 was like, ooh, glad it's going to be over, we now have seen, right, that things continue. There's continuing to be a lot of transformation and clearings that's happening in this year. So I really just wanted to bring this up again, just to kind of put that nugget out there about the portal. There's definitely a portal that opened previously. It kind of really hit maybe around the weekend or last week, leading up to this 555 type energy. Some of the energies that I've been feeling very present. Siren energy has been very, very active. So I see this may not be that short, but okay. So with the siren energy, to think about that is this: they are definitely not what's out there as far as these energies that just lure men to their death, right? Which sirens do not actually have to be just in feminine form anyway. But, and again, they're not the same as mermaids. So just to clarify that. But one of the reasons I believe it's so active right now in this just period, when you work with that energy, is siren energy is very deeply transformative. It is an activating energy, the ability to call forth and to activate sequences, things that are necessary and needed, vibrations, frequencies, very, very primordial energy. Tends to resonate a lot with the essence of the storm as well. Again, not necessarily talking about the physical water of the storm. They can resonate with any element. But what the storm represents as far as the clearing, again, the cleansing, the rebirthing, what happens kind of after the storm. And I've been feeling that energy a lot since about last week, really, really heavy. Leading up to, and there's been a lot of storms actually recently over the last few days, so that would be a great energy to potentially tap into. I do, shameless plug, have a Sirens Allure product. I have an oil and a conjure mist that I do sell at Enchanted Desires, which is DEZIRES. That is the name of my store on Etsy, and I can link that actually to the video. I'll make sure to do that as well. But those are two amazing products. Any energies that tend to carry that. Some other ones that came up recently too. So Odin really came through strong the other day, and I was kind of debating if I was going to share him or not. I think that's such an energy that there's a lot out there about him, but it's very much written from just one traditional, one pantheon type perspective, where that's just one name that energy carried. And so he's an amazing energy to work with for wisdom, for insight, for protection, just for so many different things. And so I was highly, since he kind of showed up as well, that maybe will be one, if you haven't really worked with him, to explore connecting with him too. Also, there is, who just popped in with some Venusian energy? Lucifer. Okay. So we have Lucifer popping in on the scene, and he's saying, another one that'll be great to work with around this time. And so there's kind of a theme, because the thing about Lucifer is, whether, and not getting into whether he's demon, angel, and all that kind of stuff. I've had other videos talking about some of those things, but it's actually, he really is a light bringer. He's an illuminating energy. So one of the reasons why, some of these energies that are coming forth, that I would say, is because when we're talking about transformation, we are actually talking about serious spiritual awakening and activation that is aligning with the changing of the guard, aligning with the change in the cosmos, aligning with the shift that's happening for the planet, because she is definitely ascending and has ascended, okay? Earth is a whole titaness, okay? And there is a need to match that vibrational frequency if you wish to continue to be embodied here, okay? And also to live your best life, so to speak. So those are some of the reasons those energies are coming forward. I did pull a card or two for the collective. I usually don't share those cards, but I will say, and y'all know y'all can't see them, but one of the cards that came up, actually, which the number on the card was 41, which also is 5, right? Represents powerful personal growth. And so again, that card in particular spoke to the need to release and to walk release things that are challenges and barriers to you being sovereign, to you ascending, to you awakening. People, places, things, whatever that is, it is time to truly let go and step into personal power, choice, and freedom unapologetically. And that's a lot of what that card spoke to. The card that came up after that was a card that said clean it up. And what that pretty much was representing was cleaning up our shit, okay? Which is going back to what the first card is saying. This is where it's like, take the lessons. It's not about what you failed in, it's not about mistakes. It's all now about looking back and taking the lessons and cleaning that shit up. As long as there is no failure, when you can look at it and you take that and apply it to what is coming present and forward for you, and you actually transmute that energy to work in your favor, okay? And then lastly was a card that talked about blessings, blessed. And that was the last card that came up, which followed behind the what card, the personal power, the cleaning your shit up, and then what's to come, blessings, awakening, ascension. And this is not just, this is definitely a spiritual, okay? But we're also talking about physical blessings that will also match you in this physical realm for where you are energetically, spiritually. Lakshmi actually just popped in as well. She's another one, and because she is an energy that is, again, she's really known for like luxuriousness and prosperity, but she's very much one that aligns with your personal growth, your ascension. She just popped on in here, so another great energy to work with. So again, I wanted this to be short. I don't think it actually ended up being short, but that was just a couple little nuggets about this 555. You can actually research and Google the number as well to see what's out there for you. Just do some type of work, something on this day to kick this portal. I think it will be this energy will be circulating for a little while. This portal really feels like it's coming off of the last that super moon we had. There's been like these just openings and chain reaction of things that's been happening, and it feels like that awakened another shift, and this is just like continuing to pile on to that in a positive way, meaning in a very awakening, beneficial way. Yeah, so that's all I have. If you haven't, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Please share as well as follow us on Facebook. It's exactly the same, and Instagram is written exactly the same as well there. And please check out our Etsy store. We are rebuilding a lot of our products. We have a good amount that are currently back in stock, and that I appreciate everybody's support and patience with the rebuilding process. It takes a lot of time when you had this fully operational store, and then all your products and your supplies and everything was destroyed in the fire. So to kind of rebuild from that, but we are doing so, and please look out because we will be putting something on special for Mother's Day. I don't know what yet, but we will. And we actually have a couple of new products that are not a relaunch, they're new. We just dropped Enchantment of Tiamat, which she is a whole experience to work with. So she's new. This is the first time we're debuting her product. Could have been, released it, but it's time, right? It was just divine timing. We also had a spring equinox charged water that we did that was also blessed with a star during the spring equinox, and it's a one-time limited edition thing. Next batch won't be available to spring equinox again. There are still a couple bottles of that left. That is amazing. That is such a renewal, refreshing, cleansing product that we have and to work with, and I really love that. It's had some great feedback for that too, and I think I have a couple supplies left of that, and there'll be more to come, so definitely follow us for that. And everybody have an amazing and prosperous 555. Be back with you soon. Bye.